freak accident during a high school game left the teenager largely paralyzed.
Jared Williams is now paralyzed.
Jared Williams' life will likely never be the same.
A helmet hit the Pinkston High School safety in the neck. Faces a long, painful recovery.
The life of the young football player changed forever. Changed forever. Changed forever.
He's just a typical teenager. He's very sweet, loving, kind-hearted young man. He really is.
A good character, great kid, hard worker. I mean, he picked up all those traits.
He was hilarious, funny, fearless.
Being able to watch him play football, to go to his games, and because that's all he's ever wanted to do was play football. And
he became a great athlete on the field.
Even though he was a freshman, like I said again, he was far and above what you see in a normal freshman kid.
Yeah, I was really excited. I wasn't expecting to be able to play varsity football as a freshman because my 8th grade year, I rarely got on the field. So as a freshman to actually start at a position on varsity was exciting, and to know that, but to think that I would be able to play 4 hard years of football for my high school would be good, because I know I'd be able to get a lot of scouting with the skill that I had.
He went out there, he laid big hits on everybody who ran the ball, who touched the ball. He was around the ball every play.
You know, when it came down to it, you know, we moved him up.
It's very odd for, for a freshman to be on varsity, and he came in strong, and that was, that was different.
Well, he had the heart and the mind of a varsity player. Nothing could scare him.
We knew that he was going to be one of those guys that we could use to build our team around. He was going to be that anchor for us.
My son's playing varsity football as a freshman. I'm about to put him in some camps, and we're about to go places.
And like I said, you knew you had him for the next 4 years, so but we was looking forward to it.
The kid has it all, man.
He was the littlest person on the field with the most heart, and that's what it showed every game.
Yeah, I had dreams of going to SMU or Texas or Oregon to play college football and hopefully going pro, but once October 1st came of '09, all that changed.
I was at corner. Jared was like a strong safety. He was like kind of inside the box, and I was out there on corner. I mean, the play happened, and I believe Jared went for a hit.
Once the play happened, it was just like a regular old play. The quarterback scrambled, Jared was in position.
Quarterback was running to his left. Jared was in his back pedal. He recognized, he came up.
So as the running back was coming down, to the hole, he felt the hole for another guy.
He came up to make the tackle. It seemed, just regular routine play. I saw him go down.
And suddenly no movement, so I kind of panicked and rushed the coach. Hey, coach, no movement. He's not moving, coach.
So I was just screaming out there, hey, get up, get up, get up. And he didn't get up.
When he didn't get up, it was like complete silence.
I ran back on the field to talk to Jay. We were talking, I was laying on the field and I was talking to him. I asked him a question. I was like, Jay, can you feel this? He was like, yeah, I can feel it. Then like 30 seconds to a minute had passed. I was like, Jay, can you feel this again? And his response, he wasn't talking, and he wasn't no feeling, no nothing.
When somebody goes down and doesn't get up, it's hard for a person to see.
I guess he went too low and he ducked too far, and
he took a lick that changed his life.
Once the ambulance came, took Jared off the field, we all got together on the sideline, we all took a knee.
And everybody broke down in tears, and that was hard. That was a very hard night, very stressful night.
After watching him just sit there for a while, there couldn't be no other answer. So it came from just being a game to we have to win, We just lost a player, an important player.
Even though we won the game, there was not one single word said the entire 20-minute ride back, probably 25-minute ride back to here.
And the bus ride back was like, it was crazy, silence.
The bus never been like that before.
I didn't tell the kids what had happened, even though I knew I didn't say anything to the kids on the bus ride home, but I think they sensed something.
We knew what happened, like he was hurt, but we didn't know it was that serious. We didn't know that he was, paralyzed.
Once everybody got in the locker room and just looked at each other, it was like somebody died in the family. Most all the seniors in tears, people on the ground, helmets dropping, people just crying, coaches trying to get us together and stuff. The first thing we did was everybody just threw their jerseys and clothes down on the ground. We threw in our school clothes, jumped in cars, and went right to the hospital.
I think anyone with children can understand that when you hear that a 14-year-old just had a dramatic and life-changing injury, it sort of prompts you to action a little quicker. And so immediately after getting the phone call about Jared, I came into the hospital to see him. It was at that time I walked in the room and found Jared and his mother praying with their Bible open.
I get into the emergency room where he is, and then the doctors come out and he says, your son's paralyzed. And I was like, what do you mean paralyzed? He's like, he won't walk again. He's paralyzed from the neck down. And I immediately, I started to cry, and I was just, I never questioned God why. As I just, whatever reason it happened, and I prayed. Me and the principal prayed, and other people prayed. I called my mom and told her, and I immediately, went into prayer and just told God, God, whatever it is that you have for us in this situation, whatever the reason is I don't know. So just give me the peace that surpasses all understanding to deal with it. And whatever your will is in this, I surrender, and we'll go from there.
When they rolled me into the hospital, I woke up, and all I could see was my family crying. And all I saw was my mom and my uncle and my grandma. And they just looked at me, and I told them it was gonna be okay. And then they started smiling, and that's when I went into the operating room.
His attitude was just so amazing. He was telling the coaches on the way here, just make sure that my mom's okay. He was more worried about me than he was worried about himself. It was amazing, and he was like, well, if you can't save my legs, just make sure you save my hands, because I want to be an architect. And how can I, as a mother, stand there and cry and weep and feel sorry for a young man that has this kind of admiration for himself, and he's in a situation like this? So I was like, you know what? I have to make sure that I'm okay, so he knows that he's okay. So that's how I've been able to deal with it, this situation.
If I even think about giving up, I think about my mom and how she would feel if I gave up, because I know she wants better for me in my future. Without her and God, I have no clue where I'd be right now.